May I begin by offering my deepest apology for the horrors which my people, including ancestors of mine, not only allowed to happen, but undertook, directed and carried through full knowing on the first Australians, including the first Tasmanians. We've heard of that, we're beginning to face it, and I look forward to the day when we have a house of truth in Canberra, as other nations have done, have experienced genocide, as Her Excellency referred to it, where we can go and see unfolded this dark chapter in our history and no longer have it under the carpet. I'd also like to see, through the reconciliation process, it must come to a treaty where we just don't acknowledge that grand history of the first Australians and the first Tasmanians, but it involves transfer of power back to these honoured people, to land, to management of that land, and the removal of such things as the requirement for licensing and the bureaucratic barriers to the first people practicing the fishing, the hunting, their travel on the lands which we so frequently say are theirs and always were theirs. The renaming of places. We know the names of so many features in this region which ought to go back to their original, very often melodic names. The symbolism is important. How about we change the line on and the Union Jack on that flag of ours to something agreed to by the first Tasmanians, which symbolises what we as this beautiful island state have. Of course, we need to change the date. That's been spoken about already. How about consideration, if the Aboriginal people were of a mind, to that beautiful song from Penny Cochrane Smith, behind both those films, a song of spring, a song of the fuchsias blooming on top, as the Tasmanian song. How about, on a more practical basis, we have a levy on resource extraction and on the visitors coming to our island to enjoy beautiful places, 1 million now, but may not be 50 million a year by 2050, so that the first Tasmanians have a rightful income from their land for their health, for their education, for the promotion of their culture, and the development of their aspirations in a happy future of Tasmania. So we're on trench right. The worst of the repression, the oppression, the discrimination may be behind us, but we can't stop at this point. There has to be a reversal to honour the people amongst us whose lineage goes back 40 or 60,000 years, whose connection with the land we can learn so much from, and whose re-empowerment is fun, and that means the ability to have economic power is returned, restored and honoured by all of us in Tasmania and all of us in Australia. It's a work in progress, it's something we can all contribute to and be very, very happy about. We just don't need a French weekend, I might add, but we need a Palawa weekend in our community. Because that's where it all began. It's fantastic to see the children of the two schools learning and developing and celebrating the first Tasmanians, the original people whose future is so much important to us. And I end with this. 40% of visitors, according to a recent survey, want to not just know about Palawa culture, they want to experience it. What a great thing for all of us. And our economic prosperity, and terrific economic prosperity, CTAC and the community already brings into Cygnet and the Huon Valley. But what a great thing if we return through that wish of people to experience Palawa culture, which involves, of course, the seas as well as the lands, and the ceremonies. You saw the kids here moving back towards appreciating the ceremonies of the Aboriginal people at the forefront of offering to people coming to Tasmania. And I might end with a little ad, that is, there is the March of the Tarpine in Hobart at noon tomorrow. And at the heart of that, at the front of that, the Aboriginal community, and at the heart of that, the return of just 7%. Nobody's private land, just 7%, except the Palawa people's private land, returned to them to be protected, to be honoured, and to be a showplace for those people coming from all around the world, and therefore a heightener to the spirit of the Palawa people, and therefore an inspiring thing for all of us. So I thank the community. I thank you, John and CTAC, for welcoming us here today. It's been a great celebration. I look forward to real and practical progress in the future.